Cultured butter. Most people assume all butter is made the same way, but cultured butter goes through an extra step that changes everything. Before churning, live bacterial cultures are added to the cream and left to ferment, the same process behind yogurt and cheese. That fermentation develops a tangy, complex flavor that regular butter simply does not have. It was actually the original way butter was made across Europe for centuries, long before modern refrigeration made the faster, blander method the industry standard. Ghee. It has been used in Indian cooking and Ayurvedic medicine for over 5,000 years, making it one of the oldest prepared foods in human history. To make it, butter is simmered slowly until the water evaporates completely and the milk solids separate and are skimmed away, leaving behind pure golden fat. Because the milk proteins are removed, people who are lactose intolerant can usually consume it without any reaction. It also handles high heat far better than regular butter, which is why it has remained a staple in professional kitchens well beyond India. Brown butter. It begins as ordinary butter in a pan, but within a few minutes, something remarkable happens. As the heat rises, the water cooks off and the milk solids begin to toast against the bottom of the pan, turning the butter a deep amber color and releasing a rich, nutty aroma unlike anything butter normally smells like. French chefs named it beurre noisette, hazelnut butter, because of the color it develops. A single spoonful of it drizzled over pasta, fish, or roasted vegetables can completely transform a dish in a way that no other fat can replicate: whipped butter. The butter itself is identical to standard butter. What changes is what happens to it during processing. Air is beaten into it until the texture becomes light, fluffy, and spreadable straight from the refrigerator without tearing bread apart. That is why nearly every restaurant uses it for their bread service. The hidden detail most people miss is that because air adds volume without adding weight, whipped butter and regular butter are not interchangeable in baking. Using whipped butter by volume instead of weight will quietly throw off a recipe in ways that are hard to trace back to the source.
European butter. The difference comes down to fat. Standard American butter contains around 80% butterfat, which has been the legal minimum in the United States for decades. European butter contains between 82 and 86%. That gap may sound insignificant, but the results are not. Croissants made with European butter are noticeably more layered and flaky. Sauces are richer, the flavor is fuller. Countries like France, Ireland, and Denmark have long produced butter this way, and their reputation in the global dairy industry reflects it. Many professional pastry chefs refuse to work with anything else. Compound butter. It is butter that has been blended with other ingredients: herbs, roasted garlic, lemon zest, spices, truffle, or even blue cheese, then shaped into a log and refrigerated until firm. When a slice is placed on a freshly grilled steak, it melts slowly across the surface and creates an instant, effortless sauce. Fine dining restaurants keep several variations ready at all times, one for fish, another for vegetables, another for beef. Despite how polished the result looks on a plate, compound butter requires no special skill and can be made at home in under 10 minutes. Vegan butter. For most of its history, vegan butter meant margarine, a product widely associated with a flat, artificial taste and a texture that behaved poorly in cooking. Modern vegan butters are a different product entirely. They are made from blended plant oils, often combining coconut, avocado, or olive oil with emulsifiers and natural flavors designed to mimic the fat structure of dairy butter. Some versions now perform close enough to real butter and baking that the final results are nearly indistinguishable. As food technology has advanced, so has the expectation. Vegan butter is no longer considered a compromise. Clarified butter. It shares a process with ghee, but stops earlier. Butter is melted gently and the milk solids and water are removed, leaving behind pure, clear butterfat with a clean, neutral flavor. Because the proteins and water are gone, it can withstand significantly higher cooking temperatures without burning, and it lasts far longer in the refrigerator without spoiling. Classical French cooking relies on it constantly. It is the base of hollandaise sauce, the fat used to sauté delicate proteins like sole and scallops, and the finishing touch on countless dishes. In professional kitchens, a container of clarified butter is almost always within reach.